I remember the dust first, the way it choked the air, fine as ash, golden red under a sun that refused to blink. It clung to my boots, my lips, even the soft tech filaments of my suit, as if the canyon itself was trying to remember me or claim me. We crash-landed 2 nights ago. Our transport went down hard on entry. A false signal. Maybe. Sabotage, more likely. I never got to ask the pilot. His blood had barely dried when the rocks started shifting. They said the Valkyrie patrol these lands. They said if you saw one, it was already too late. But I saw her before she moved. She stood alone at the bend in the canyon, framed by the rise of burnt orange cliffs and a sky so bright it felt artificial. Tall, armored, pale, her skin shimmered like polished stone beneath her weather-beaten plate. Her shoulder guard etched with symbols I didn't recognize but felt like they recognized me. She had no helmet. Her braids were tight, golden strands woven like war relics down the sides of her face. Her ears were long, flared backward like wings, catching the light. Her eyes? No color I could name. Just depth, fury, focus. I didn't move. Neither did she. Behind her, I saw more. A column of armored figures following silently down the winding trail. Uniformed, armed. But it was her that stopped time. That made my heart slow. Not fear, something older, like my blood. Remember her from a place I couldn't name. She raised her hand. I raised mine, slowly. That was the moment I thought I might die. But she didn't strike. She didn't order the others to. Instead, she walked directly toward me. Each step like the canyon itself bent around her. When she spoke, her voice was low and measured. The accent was foreign, clipped but perfectly clear. You are the one the fire spared. I didn't answer. My weapon stayed lowered, but my thumb hovered near the pulse trigger. She tilted her head, not in mockery. Curiosity. She studied me like a puzzle half-solved. You are not from the Sovereign Cartel, she added. You wear their tech, but your eyes do not lie. I opened my mouth to speak, but she turned before I could, gestured for 2 of her soldiers to come forward. They flanked me, not threatening, guarding, escorting. Come, she said, before the ash rises again. They took me into the deeper pass, where the canyon split and narrowed. The air grew cooler, cleaner. I expected a cell. I got something stranger. A tent of pale cloth and solar lattice, pitched beside a pool of ancient water that steamed in the sunlight. She sat across from me, removed her gauntlets, and examined her hands like they had betrayed her. You fought in orbit? She asked. I crashed in orbit. She smirked. It was the first crack in her mask. They say your kind fights with numbers, that you send children to die while your lords build palaces in the stars. I said nothing. Do you agree? I've stopped agreeing with anyone, I said. A silence stretched. Not tense, just full, like she was weighing something more than just my words. Your name? Reyes. She nodded, as if that confirmed something. Mine is Kael'Vera, first of the Ember Guard, last daughter of the Cracked Throne. Her eyes flickered, not just color, but something else. Memory. Pain. The kind only carved into people who survived after they were supposed to die. You're a queen, I said. She gave a quiet laugh, bitter and hollow. I was born to be one. That throne cracked long ago. That night, the canyon lit with red lanterns and glowing tech banners in a language I didn't understand. Her soldiers sat by fire and spoke in hushed tones. Kael'Vera stood alone at the edge of a cliff, her gaze fixed skyward. I joined her. The stars were brutal above us. Sharp, cold. Somewhere up there, the cartel plotted, still hunting the last of her people. They'll come for me, I said. I know. They'll come for you, too. They always do. She turned to face me. Something unspoken passed between us. A kind of truce. A shared doom. You could run, she said. Before dawn, take one of the gliders. Disappear. Why? Because you do not belong in our death. What if I want to? She said nothing, but her eyes softened. I saw it, just for a second. The war left scars on both of us. Hers were older. Mine were deeper than I'd admitted. The attack came at twilight. The canyon's silence shattered with a scream of low-altitude thrusters and flash-pulse artillery. Cartel ships descended like vultures, their plasma lines carving the cliffs. Kale Vera didn't hesitate. She was already issuing commands, blade in hand, armor locking in place. She turned to me once. Stay behind the shields. I didn't. I fought. I don't remember most of it. Just heat, static, shouting. The canyon burned. Smoke drowned the sun. Her soldiers held the line like stone statues, but one by one, they fell. When I saw her again, she was dragging herself across the rocks, one shoulder torn open, blood, silver and thick, coating her armor. A cartel officer stood over her, weapon charged. I didn't think. I moved. I fired. The officer fell. So, did I? She looked at me with something I couldn't name. Why did you come back? Because I remember now. I said, choking on dust. I saw you before. When? In a dream. Years ago. A place just like this. You called my name. She smiled through pain. Then perhaps this is not the end. She touched my face, her hand cold and steady. I woke in a different world. Cleaner, brighter, the canyon gone. A chamber of white stone and living vines. Silver light filtered from a crystal sky above. I was alive. Kale Vera sat nearby, arm in sling but upright. She nodded. The war is over. Your cartel fell. Ours rose again. And me? You are no longer just Reyes. You are the one the fire spared. She stood, tall and regal once more. There's a new throne now. It will not crack. You need a king? She turned, slowly. No, I need someone who remembers. And in her eyes, I saw the canyon again, endless, burning, and beautiful. And I remembered all of it.